beer prices. For all you Steven Crowder fans out there, it's more than just circular logic, it's a tautology. The idea that socially necessary labour time equals value is a definition according to Marx.
Since the exchange value of commodities is indeed nothing but a mutual relation between various kinds of labor of individuals regarded as equal and universal labor, i.e. nothing but the material expression of a specific social form of labor, it is a tautology to say that of exchange value and accordingly of wealth insofar as this consists of an exchange value.
For Marx, exchange value is just the expression of labour under capitalism. I'm going to ask what I hope is a disarmingly simple question. Why does only labour create value? This is an assumption which is treated as an irrefutable truth. But if constant capital, C, if you remember, creates surplus value, then the whole theory falls apart. I was recently at a London grammar gig in Crystal Palace. There were massive speakers which multiplied the volume of the band, probably by like 10 decibels or something. I don't know anything about music. You've got to give me a good reason these speakers did not generate surplus value. Without them, the gig would have been pretty quiet and nobody would have gone. The same is true of the band, of course, but why is labour special? Marx's theory of exploitation assumes that labour values underlie capitalism. The fact that labour is not paid its true value underlies the charge of exploitation of workers. As David Ellerman puts it, this appeal to value can feel kind of mystical.
The Marxian literature is quite taken with German philosophical jargon of appearance versus reality. Veils are constantly being stripped off of surface appearances to reveal hidden inner realities. Apparently, prices are a superficial market epiphenomenon, while Marxian values reveal a hidden deep structure.
You can easily do this with any commodity. Ellerman uses the example of apples. Suppose that the true value of 10 apples is equal to 1 bushel of corn. Yet in reality, the person selling has to pay 15 apples for 1 bushel of corn. As with the labour theory of value, the actual amount paid differs from the underlying value. Ellerman continues in what I can only assume is a slightly irritable tone.
Suppose the apple owner sells 300 apples in return for 300 divided by 15 or 20 bushels of corn. Let us pierce the veil of this competitive market transaction to reveal its inner nature. In return for the 20 bushels, the apple seller first gives up 200 apples. The 200 apples have the same value as the 20 bushels, i.e. at benchmark prices. Everything seems fair and square. The 200 apples were paid for by the 20 bushels. But then the apple seller is forced to alienate an additional 100 apples, which is appropriated as a surplus by the corn owner without any further corn payment in return. These extra 100 apples are the unpaid apples. In terms of corn, the corn owner gave up 20 bushels to receive the value of 30 bushels, so the surplus appropriated by the corn owner is represented by 10 bushels of corn. The ratio of unpaid apples to the paid apples is 100 divided by 200, or 0.5, so there's a 50% rate of exploitation. Beneath the facade of the market transaction, we have revealed the exploitation of the apple seller by the forced alienation of the surplus apples.
This example is obviously ridiculous, but its basic setup is no different from Marxist theories. What is going on here, again, is a mix-up between ideology and science. Labour occupies a special status in the minds of many leftists for political